Hello and welcome to episode 81 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I'm your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Another day here in the arena, guys. Another day to focus all of our attention on Major League Baseball. That's right, we got a big slate today. No day games, which I'm fine with. All night games here, a 15-game slate. And we're going to talk a lot of MLB today. It's going to be all MLB, wall-to-wall. So if you're a baseball bettor, this is the podcast for you. We have a six-pack of sweats across the market. I could probably add a couple more, but I never try to go above 6 bets. I've tried not to even go above 5, just because the more bets you put in, the more risk you assume. Obviously, you think, hey, I can have a huge night, but also things could go against you. You can have a bad night. So it's never a bad idea to limit your bets to the games where you feel like you have the largest edge. But today's one of those days where a lot of good system matches popped up for me. So I'm excited to share a 6-pack of sweats for you today with our goal of going 4-2 and eking out another winning night. Another winning night because last night we got after it. 3-1 plus 1.4 units. Had a couple huge hits, or 3 overall, but in particular, I love seeing the Twins come through for us, guys, because that's the sort of game where if you don't know about reverse line movement, now you know. And reverse line movement is RLM. It's when the betting line moves away from the popular side toward the unpopular side. And that was a textbook example because the Philadelphia Phillies, who are a great team, best record in baseball, yet they opened minus 30, minus 130, got all the way down to minus 110. Why was the line going away from Philly if they were getting like 80% of bets? Well, it's because smart money went in favor of Minnesota. We followed that smart money, and the Twinkies had a huge win for us last night. Remember, Twins also hit lefties, got to Suarez a bit, which was nice. Also, how about the Detroit Tigers getting it done with Tarek Skubal on the bump, 8-2 win. That was a pick'em opener, basically a minus 105, minus 110 opener. We saw big movement toward Detroit, minus 135. Beat the closing line. Some books were minus 140, so it's great to see the Tigers come through for us. And then it was a bit of a sweat, but the Rangers luckily got a winner in Arlington, Texas for us last night because Texas Rangers, I was worrisome a little bit because it felt like the obvious bet and the line didn't move too much, but I had a bunch of good system matches. I said, hey, let's play Texas. Kind of got lucky with that one because Texas Rangers were down 3-2 going into the bottom of the ninth. Paul DeYoung hit a homer to give the White Sox, the terrible White Sox, a 3-2 win, and I'm like shaking my head. Are we really going to lose against the White Sox, who are the worst team on the road by far? But luckily, Jonah Heim had a big hit in the ninth to tie it. Wyatt Langford with a big hit in the 10th to win it. So we got the Rangers. Only loser was the Brewers. Ironically, that was the game I probably liked the most last night, but they couldn't get anything going against the Cubs, and they lost. So it was at 3-1. But that just goes to show you, flat betting. Even though the Brewers were my favorite bet, all bets are equal. You're always risking one unit. You're always looking to flat bet and not put more on this, less on that. I know there's another option called Kelly Criterion where you weight your bets, but to me, flat betting, it's going to make your life very easy, very simple. And imagine if we put like 3 units on Milwaukee and a half unit on all the others, we would have gone 3-1, but had a losing night because we didn't flat bet. But we did flat bet, which is what we always recommend, a good 3-1 night plus 1.4 units. So, as I mentioned, all baseball, which is fine by me. It's the calm before the storm. There's no WNBA. The Olympics are about to start, and we are still a little bit ways away from NFL, even though it's kind of getting closer every day. So if you're a baseball bettor, what's funny is, this is, again, the slowest time of the year in betting, but for me, it's one of my favorite times of the year. Obviously, nothing touches NFL. That's the best, but I like just baseball every day. I don't know what it is. I used to play baseball. I love baseball. I love betting baseball. So if you're like me, if you're a seam head, hey, this is actually a good time of year to be betting on sports. Anyway, let's dive right in because I got a 6-pack. Let's stop wasting time. Let's talk about our sweats here for tonight. So first one on the board, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch. Let's go to the nation's capital where we have the San Diego Padres visiting the Washington Nationals. Now, Padres come in 52-50. They just took 2 out of 3 against Cleveland post All-Star break. Meanwhile, the Washington Nationals 47-53. They just swept, which was a bit surprising, swept the Cincinnati Reds 3-game series at home. So, pitching matchup here for tonight, we have Randy Vasquez, the righty, going for the Fathers. He's 2-5 with a 4.57 ERA. He'll be opposed by the lefty, DJ Hers, who's 1-3 with a 5.17 ERA. What have we seen across the market here? Well, smart money is coming in on Dad. Let's go Fathers. I'm going San Diego here, guys. This game opened with Washington listed around a minus 120 home favorite, about a plus 105, plus 110 with San Diego. Now we're seeing this line basically get down to a pick'em. We're seeing minus 105, minus 110 both sides. I'm even seeing a couple shops that are maybe hopping the fence, going to San Diego as a very short favorite. So what this tells me is basically we got smart money hitting San Diego. If you look at the bet splits, good split here for San Diego as well. They're getting 59% of moneyline bets, but 69% of moneyline dollars. So it tells me we got a nice low bets, higher dollars bet split, slight public support, but also heavy, sharp action. And right now it's basically a pick'em, but if it does, continue to go towards San Diego, which is my hope here, because that'll just be further. Obviously, the line will get more expensive if you haven't bet it yet. You're still around a pick'em price. But if it becomes a true favorite for San Diego, right now it's basically a pick'em. You're going to match short road favorites, minus 130 or less system match, non-division road favorite off a win. Both had the day off, take the favorite. So again, we're at a pick'em, but it's very clear that all line movement is going towards San Diego. So I want to be with San Diego. Now I'm going to bank on San Diego's offense. They got the better bats here. They're hitting 260 with 111 homers, 457 runs scored. The Nationals are hitting 240 with 84 homers, 420 runs scored. San Diego's been pretty good on the road, 26 and 22. Washington just 23 and 24 at home. And if you dig a little bit deeper into these pitchers, Vasquez, he's got a 4.57 ERA overall, but he's been better in July. 2 starts, 3.18 ERA. The Padres are 5-3 in his last 8 starts, and he's given up 2 earned runs or less in 4 straight starts. So hopefully Vasquez peaking at the right time for us tonight. Meanwhile, DJ Hers, the Nats are 0-3 in his last 3 starts, and he had a 4.50 ERA in 2 July starts. So you add it all up here, guys. We open with Washington a short favorite. We're down to a pick'em. Who knows? May even hop the fence, go to San Diego favored. But even if it stays a pick'em or a slight dog San Diego, really from opener to current, it's been all Padres movement. So I'm going with the fathers here, guys. Shop around. I was able to get San Diego at around a minus 105. Keep on cruising. Next one up for you. Let's go right back to the well. Let's stick to our contrarian reverse line move philosophy. I'm going right back to the Minnesota Twinkies, guys. That's right, I'm going Twins. I'm going to tell you about the gambler's fallacy here in a second. But anyway, had a huge win last night with the Twinkies as we start off the pod recapping that game. Big winner there. 7-2, as I mentioned, at home. And we're seeing pretty much the same thing here tonight. Public's on Philly, line's dipping a bit to Minnesota. Now, if we look at the pitching matchup here, I get why Philly is minus 140. Zach Wheeler's on the bump. Great pitcher, 10-4, 2.70 ERA. Pitcher for the Twins, Simeon Woods Richardson. He's 3-1 with a 3.51 ERA. But once again, what is the market telling us? Philadelphia actually opened this game as high as a minus 155, minus 160 road favorite. Now they're down to minus 145. I even see one book minus 140. Now, why is that notable? Because the public is all over the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies are getting 84% of bets. Public saying, hey, give me an easy winner today. Take Philly with Zach Wheeler on the bump. I get it. He's been good. And Phillies have been good this year. So it makes total sense, right? But let me ask you this. If 84% of bets are on Philly and they open minus 160, why is the line down to minus 145, minus 140? If they're getting 86% of bets or 84%, open minus 160, shouldn't they be up to minus 170, minus 180? No, the line's going the other way. So I'm going to follow this reverse line movement. I like the Minnesota Twins here. I'm going to take a shot on hopefully a dog to bark. So shop around. I got the Twins at plus 125. But a couple things to like about Minnesota, aside from the biggest reason would be the data play. Public Philly line going to Twins. They're the top contrarian play of the day, only getting 16% of bets. And gambler's fallacy. So gambler's fallacy is a term you might hear me talk about every now and again, but it basically is, I always give this example. You go to the roulette table and it lands on black 5 times in a row. Most people would say, I'm going to bet the house on red for the next spin, because if it's been black 5 times, it's got to be red the next time, right? Not exactly. It might just be black again. It might be 6 straight, 7 straight. Again, in the end, if you do 1,000 spins, it's going to be close to 50-50. But whole point being, gambler's fallacy is, hey, a bad team lost, they got to bounce back and win today. Or a bad team won yesterday, they got to lose today. But you never want to bet on what you think, expect, want, or hope will happen. Bet on what the market's telling you. So gambler's fallacy would be hammer Philly today. And who knows, they may win. I hope not. I'm on Minnesota. But you never want to bet because of the gambler's fallacy. Anyway, Dig a little deeper here. Wheeler's been great. 1.77 ERA at home, 4.17 on the road. He's on the road today. Also, Simeon Woods Richardson. The Twins, did you know, are 12-4 in Woods Richardson's 16 starts, 3-0 the last 3. Also, last 10 games, Minnesota has had a better team ERA, 3.62 versus 5.48. Better bullpen, 3.61 versus 3.94. Twins have been good at home, 28-20 at home. And they have the fresher bullpen. Last night we had Ober, who pitched great for us, 7 innings, and then you had 2 innings pitched from Sands. Philly, Suarez only went 5.1, and they had to bring in 3 more relievers. So we have a more rested pen. We have a good, sharp data play. I'm going to see if maybe the Twins can do it for us again tonight, guys. I'm going Twinkies at plus 125. Keep on cruising. Next one up for you. I'm looking for some revenge tonight. That's right. The Milwaukee Brewers let me down last night. Let's see if they can get us some revenge here for tonight. So, anyway, Milwaukee, as we remember, 3-1 loss yesterday. Couldn't come through for the team. However, looking at tonight, looks like the betting market and smart money is on Milwaukee. So that's where I want to be. So anyway, looking at the matchup here, the Cubs 49-53. You look at the Brewers coming in 57-43. Pitching matchup, we have the Brewers going with righty Colin Ray. I used to call him Rhea. His last name is spelled R-E-A, and I realized, hey, it's Ray, not Rhea. Anyway, he's 9-3, 3.77 ERA. Cubs, meanwhile, are going to go with righty Jameson Taillon, 7-4, 3.10 ERA. But this move, matchup here is all about the movement for me, because the Cubs opened as around a -120, -125 home favorite, and now we're basically down to a pick'em. -105, -110 both sides. I'm even seeing a couple of shops that are maybe hinting at a Milwaukee slight favorite, like -110, -112. So either way, line's going away from Chicago toward Milwaukee. Tells me we got smart money here on the Brewers, a dog to pick them, or maybe even a dog to fave line move. Brewers are getting 60% of bets, 70% of dollars. So good low bets, higher dollars bet split. Hopefully Minnesota's offense, or Milwaukee's offense, I should say, wakes up tonight, because they couldn't do anything last night. But they are on the year the better offense, hitting .254 with 483 runs scored. Chicago's hitting .233 with 422 runs scored. Also, one thing I'm banking on, Brewers clean up against bad teams. Didn't do it last night, but against teams with a below 500 record, Milwaukee is 28-16, 64% with an 8% ROI. If Milwaukee flips a little more dog to fave and they become the favorite, then they'll match a few other systems, because they're right on the edge right now as a pick and play. But short road favorites -130 or less, favorite off a loss versus opponent off a win, those systems are both around 61%, or 55% and 60%. So again, had a good night last night. Only team that let us down was Brewers. You Brew Crew owe us tonight. Let's go Milwaukee. I was able to get the Brew Crew at around -105. Keep on cruising. An ain't broke, don't fix it play. I'm going right back to Arlington, Texas. Let's go Texas Rangers. So Rangers coming in 48-52. Second game here of the series against the White Sox. Had that big 4-3 win last night thanks to Wyatt Langford. In the matchup tonight, White Sox, who are 27-75, they're going to go with the lefty Garrett Crochet. 6-6, 3.02 ERA. Meanwhile, the Rangers are going to go with righty John Gray. 4-4, 3.96 ERA. What have we seen across the market? Well, good sharp movement in favor of the Rangers. Rangers opened this game very short favorite, around -120. We're now seeing the Rangers get up to -135, -140. So about a 15 or 20 cent steam move in their favor. Now the Rangers are getting around 75% of bets, so public support, but also not just public, smart money. Moving this line in their favor, causing that adjustment. Now, one system that I love, favorites getting 10 cents of steam or more against teams who missed the playoffs the previous year. So you're favored, you're expected to win. You got the movement in your direction telling us smart money is on your side, and you're playing a bad team. That system is 172 and 107, 62% this year. Also fading the White Sox. We had to sweat it last night. I was like, are we really going to, again, I couldn't believe it. I was like, at one point, it's like, man, the Young had to get that homer and we're going to lose 3-2 or 4-3 or whatever, the 3-2, I think. Luckily, didn't happen. But anyway, you've been making a lot of money betting against the White Sox this year. Fading CHW is 75-27, 74%, 16% ROI. Rangers have the better bats, hitting .238 with 105 homers, 426 runs scored. Chicago's hitting .219, 88 homers, 319 runs scored. Mentioned this yesterday, but White Sox bad on the road, 10-41, worst in baseball. Rangers 26-23 at home. We also have non-division favorite value with Texas and a favorite low total. Total in this one has really dropped. It opened at 8 at some shops, down to 7.5. Now it's down to 7 at some shops. So that's a good sign. Line's moving to the favorite. Total's falling. More likely that these runs come from the better team. Also, Crochet's been good. 2.31 ERA at home, 4.17 on the road. And Gray, 4.19 on the road, 3.78 at home. So Crochet's been worse on the road. Gray's been better at home. Gray's at home tonight. Crochet's on the road. But either way, guys, it's all about the line move to me. Minus 120-ish. Again, now all the way up to minus 140. I'm going to go Texas Rangers. I bet them a little bit earlier today. Always check my Twitter account at Josh_insights because I put out the sharp report for VSiN.com around noon every day. But I'm on the Rangers at minus 135. Next one for you, a late evolving play. Let's go to Kansas City. The Kansas City Royals are hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we saw last night a big win there from Kansas City. Kansas City's bats got going. They posted a big win, 10-4. For tonight, we're seeing some good movement right back to Kansas City. So I'm going to go Kansas City here, guys. This game opened Arizona around a minus 115 road favorite. Now it's flipped to Kansas City, minus 110, minus 115. So a classic dog to fave line move. We opened KC as a dog. Now KC is a favorite. I want to be with that dog to fave line move. Now, going into this matchup, we have Jordan Montgomery coming off the injured list to pitch for the Snakes. He's 6-5 with a 6.44 ERA. He'll be opposed by Alec Marsh, who's 7-6 with a 4.52 ERA. But I really buried the lead, or I let off with it. All about dog to fave line move in favor of Kansas City. A couple other reasons why I like Kansas City here. Let's look at these pitchers a little bit more. Montgomery just hasn't had a good year. He was great last year, but I think he got screwed up because Boris kind of screwed him, made him wait, didn't get a good spring training, switched teams behind the 8 ball. But anyway, before he got hurt in June, he had an ERA of 7.59. Now he's off the injured list. Is he on a pitch count? Also, if you look at Kansas City, they happen to really hit southpaws. They're hitting 261 against lefties. That's the 6th best average against lefties this year. Recent performance, Arizona's 6-4, 242, their batting average, 3.54 ERA. But Kansas City's 8-2, their last 10, with a 292 batting average, 2.66 ERA. So last 10, Kansas City's been better with the bats and on the mound. Also, if you look at Marsh, 3.97 ERA at home, 5.11 on the road. He's at home tonight. Interleague favorite, now that we have the dog to fave move with Kansas City, as well as, if you look at some of the best teams here when they are laying chalk. So I always kind of look at, hey, when you're favored, do you come through? Well, guess what? Kansas City Royals are the 2nd best chalk team in baseball. They're 30-12 with a 20% ROI when they're favored. They're 35-18 at home, and Arizona's only 25-26 on the road. So this is a game where I noticed the line tick down a little bit early away from Arizona, and I just had my eye on it. Like sometimes I have games overnight, early morning where it's like very clear, hey, this is the side. There are other games that kind of show themselves later in the day. This is one of those games that showed itself later in the day. So I'm going to follow this movement. I'm going Kansas City, guys. Shop around. I got Kansas City at minus 110. Last bet of the night. Let's go out west to Oakland. Houston Astros visiting the Oakland A's. Now, coming in here, Houston let me flip it. Let me start with the Athletics. They're 40-62, had a big win yesterday, 4-0. They beat Houston. That was a surprise. They're a plus 135 home dog. Rematch tonight, the Stros, who are 52-48. They're going to go with righty Jake Bloss, who's 0-0 with a 4.70 ERA. Meanwhile, the A's are going to go with fellow righty Osvaldo Bido. What a great name. 1-1, 3.44 ERA, but I hope he gets lit up tonight. No offense, Bido. Anyway, I'm going to go with the Astros in this one. Notice the Astros open around a minus 125 road favorite. Now they've been bet up to around minus 135. Some books were, inching closer to minus 140. So we got a 10-cent move in favor of Houston. Houston has a good bet split. They're getting 74% of bets, but 84% of dollars, telling us not only the public, but smart money, heavy smart money is in their favor. And they're matching quite a few systems. A big one here would be favored off a loss versus opponent off a win. That's 331 and 216, 61% with a 3% ROI. You are also, I guess you're slightly out of that Sweet spot road favorite, minus 130 or less, because you're around minus 135. But I have other systems here. Road favorite off a loss, good favorite off a loss versus a bad team, winning team favorite off a loss. These are all kind of variations of the same system, but they're all lighting up here on Houston. Also, I'm going to bank on the Astros bats hopefully coming to life tonight. They're hitting 261 with 468 runs scored. Athletics hitting 230 with 420 runs scored. Houston, even though they lost last night, 6-2 against Oakland. Let's hope they get back to their winning ways. In the last 10 games, both teams are 6-4, but Houston's pitching has been much better. Over that 10-game sample, 2.73 ERA versus 4.97 for Oakland. And also the Astros, we got two righties tonight. Astros are hitting 261 against righties, second best in baseball. Athletics are hitting 228 against righties. That's 26th in baseball. So you add it all up, 10-cent steam move to the road favorite. Houston with some good system matches. I think it's kind of a short price on Houston tonight. I'm going to go Stros. Shop around. I got Houston at minus 135. So Houston, Kansas City, Texas, Milwaukee, Minnesota. Boy, that would be a nice hit, plus 125. And San Diego. 6-pack. Can we get 4 of them? That is the goal tonight. So that about does it, everybody. Another pod here in the books, episode 81 of the All Systems Go pod. But this is the part of the pod we like to wrap things up, give you some things to think about, but then first ask you a favor. Can I ask you a favor out there? Can you please do me a huge favor and give this podcast a 5-star review? If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes or any other platform, and it gives you the option to rate the pod, 5 stars. That would really make my day, help me to grow this pod organically. You can recommend it to a friend if there's an option to follow. That's great too, so you get alerted as soon as it drops. But seriously, a 5-star review would really make my day. If you've already given it a 5-star review, I appreciate you. Thank you. Secondly, have you signed up for Rhythm or Juice Reel yet? I say it every day, but I'm not doing it just as a used car salesman. I'm telling you because it helps me win. I want it to help you win. Rhythm is a little bit slow right now because WNBA is over, but you still have golf going, or not over, but the Olympic break, All-Star break, but you still have golf going on. And you can also get ready for NFL and college football because we're starting to see some AI-backed models and predictions light up for football, so you can start to do a little bit of research. And then, of course, Juice Reel. Great app here to sync your sports books to the app, track your performance, learn about yourself as a bettor. And, of course, looking at the Robo Jackson best bet picks each day that come out at noon, arbitrage opportunities, sharp mush plays, all available to you with a Juice Reel membership. So I made it very easy for you guys. I always keep the link for the 7-day free trial of Juice Reel and Rhythm right in the bio description of the pod. You can also find the Rhythm link, which is a pinned tweet at the top of my profile on Twitter at Josh_insights. But go sign up for both because they're great resources and great tools to add to your toolbox when you're betting on sports. Of course, if you enjoy these breakdowns, because, hey, we're not making it up, we're going off what the market's telling us, and we're looking for inefficiencies, sharp moves, system matches. If this style of betting has appealed to you, and you want to learn more about how to be the best data-driven, sharp sports bettor you can be, well, guess what? Make my day and make your day by go purchasing my book. It's called The Everything Guide to Sports Betting. Just go to Amazon.com, type in The Everything Guide to Sports Betting, buy a copy for you or for a friend. It would make my day, guys. Seriously, but it's not just a charity. It's not just to make me happy. You're going to get something out of it. You're going to get something to hold in your hands, right in the margins, highlight things, something to reference. It's got everything I've learned in the industry, how lines are set, how and why they move, how to read line movement, how to locate sharp action, how to place a bet in person or online, how to shop for the best line, how to set up a bankroll management plan, all included in the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. So go buy one. And when I see you at the book, I'll sign my book and I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale or whatever you like. But that about does it, everybody. Another pod here in the books. Let's see if we can have another winning day on the diamond. But whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston or Plainridge Park Casino or MGM Springfield in my neck of the woods in Boston or in Massachusetts, I should say, or of course out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweatin' Sharp Contrarian plays jumping in the stadium swim pool when you walk off with a Rangers winner in the 10th at Circa, wherever it may be. You're going to walk up to me. You're going to show me a Rangers ticket, a Twins RLM of the century ticket, a Tigers ticket. First one's on me. Next one's on you. We're going to post about the book. Sweat Sharp Contrarian plays all night long. So wish you the best of luck, everyone. Have a great Tuesday. And of course, I'll leave you with this, as I do at the end of every pod. Stay sharp. Stay contrarian. Bet against the public. Place yourself on the side of the house. Always be with the smart money, never against it. Will smart money win every time? Of course not. Again, we can do our best to break down the market, but sometimes the team on the field or the court or the ice, they don't come through for us. But here's the thing. Anything can happen in a one-off, but if we consistently, long-term, always bet with our head and not our heart, against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays, get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So enjoy the sweats, everyone. Let's see if we can get 4 out of 6 bets tonight. Let's eke out a winning night. I'll wish you the best of luck and see you guys tomorrow for episode 82 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody. Have a great Tuesday night.